Hello, kids. Welcome to Batman. Well, the voice is a bit overdue because Christian Bale is not here for like at least 15 years, more or less. Um, but it's an interesting thing. Until this point of his movie, 1989, the Batman media had followed more the Silver Age in its sense. There was like a Batman movie in 1943 based on the Golden Age, but the most famous case was the Adam West Show, with its own movie made in 1966.
We'll look at
However,
that someday.
around the end of the 80s, the Bronze Age of comics was rampant, almost about to transition in Dark Age, but that's topic for another day. But the mass medias were still used to the Adam West Show. There was the need to showcase Batman in a different role, a different light under it, a more bleak one, shall we say. And what better person to showcase it by Batman, by if not by Tim Burton, the master of weird gothic shit. So yeah, interestingly enough, Tim Burton directing a superhero movie. Um,
This is going to be fun.
it
Oh,
stars
yes, it is.
it stars Michael Keaton in the leading role, and with other supporting role as Kim Basinger, Jack Nicholson as the Joker, but we'll get
Who's
to
gotten
it.
billed above Michael Keaton, by the way.
Pat Ingle, Billy D. Williams, Michael Gogh, and Jack Palance. But anyway, technical details later. Start right before the Warner Bros. Logo in 3, 2, 1, click.
Ah,
that's one
this
thing
movie,
That's one thing I never understood. The villain gets higher billing than the hero.
It's because Jack Nicholson was a bigger name at the time. It's sort of like how in Hook, Dustin Hoffman got billing over Robin freaking Williams.
And of course, since it's a Tim Burton production of the early days, the score is, of course, Danny Elfman.
And yes, people, your ears do not deceive you. You may have heard this from the Batman animated series.
This is because after this and Batman Returns, the Batman animated series took a lot of inspiration from these two movies. Paul Dini particularly took inspiration from that in order to, give a sort of a spiritual successor vibe to it. Not direct sequels, similar looks into it.
Uh-huh.
Budget-wise, it was 35 million and did 411.5 million at the box office.
Gotta say, for the money it was given, these effects still hold up to this day,
Now,
pretty much.
here's the thing. With Batman stories nowadays, we have been used to the fact that
Michael Gough, get used to seeing him. He's in all these movies.
Nothing, but it's pronounced Michael Goff.
Okay, it's more knowledgeable at this point of the fact that Batman stories have been told in so many different ways. We have seen so many iterations of Batman, like in Batman Ninja, for example, and of its other supporting and rival characters. So right now, there is not, that much of a problem. However, I will still argue, unfortunately, that this movie is a product of its time, because the way it showcased the Batman and particularly the Joker, it is something that people nowadays are not, or people who just watch the animated series are not completely used to that. But
Depends,
more in time.
honestly.
Also, someone else created Batman other than Bob Kane. Come on, guy.
But yeah, I mean, it depends actually, because again, let's not forget, the animated series took a lot of inspiration, to the point where they even include the name Jack Napier in the animated series. So how much you think this differs from the animated series may differ here and there.
These also showcase the new improved Batman logo, of course.
And the Batman theme tune, of course.
The city of Gotham. Oh wait.
Ah, yes, Gotham City, one of the most popular sign designs in movie history.
As you can see by the scenography, being a Tim Burton production, it makes sure that the city of Gotham is oppressing, in a sense that it's almost claustrophobic, closing on you. That's intentional.
And
it's
yeah,
like they filmed it on a soundstage.
Again, there's a good reason why this is... Okay, again. The city of Gotham is one of the most talked about to this day film sets in movie history for reasons like that.
Yeah. Worst father of the year.
Just don't go down any alleys. I hear families don't have much luck in Gotham with that.
And well, if you see a bunch of teenagers teleport in front of you near an alley,
Hold on, wait
You
for this.
stole my
Hold on,
joke.
wait a second. Yeah, prostitute hitting on a minor. Yeah, that's just to show you that Gotham is not a great place to live.
What are you
Well, I
talking
mean,
about?
pedophilia is a great way to display that.
What are you talking about, Teal? The insurance rates are great with the Devastation Fund established in that, technically an Elseworld.
Let me guess. Next, you're gonna tell me that LexCorp will take care of the damage.
Those were crazy times.
Come on, man.
Yeah, fuck you. Oh, ow.
What did I tell you about going down alleyways?
Damn it. Yeah.
So, the American city of Gotham was shot mostly in England.
Huh.
Also,
Shot
that
it.
shot of Batman, as you may have seen it, the shot of Batman going back is completely animated.
Yeah.
So, the plot was originally to film entirely on the Warner Brothers lot in California. But because there was a lot of media interest going into the movie, they changed to England, where they filmed at Pinewood Studios, Nebworth House, Hatfield House.
It
where
makes
they used
sense.
those
England
Wayne
is...
Manor.
Oh.
And they used a couple of power stations, Acton Lane and Little Barford.
Makes sense. England's got a thing for gothic imagery.
Also, if you played any recent superhero games like the Batman Arkham games or the Spider-Man PS4 games, basically every Mook banter has been taken from these two guys at the beginning. Oop. It's funny because in the comic book adaptation of this movie, they even find an American Express in the in the wallet.
Okay, I swear, this set and the general
Ta-da!
darkiness of the I swear this set either Joss Whedon or Zack Snyder used almost verbatim in Justice League.
Probably Snyder. He is the one more obsessed with that.
Well, considering the set looked a lot cheaper, I thought that was Whedon during the reshoots.
Yes,
While
that's right.
Whedon loves to be referential dweebs, he prefers more colorful stuff.
That's right, folks. Even bullets cannot stop Batman, which leaves criminals needlessly terrified. Now, the big question.
That comes for later movies.
Michael Keaton's voice impression for Batman. It's okay. Again, it's from a time where people were not used to see this incarnation of Batman regularly, so it was new, big, improving, stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
I expected it to be deeper and more gruff, I guess.
It's because Christian Bale spoiled you, she, right?
That or Kevin Conroy.
Oh yeah, Harvey Dent.
Oh, boy.
Joe, I think you're the right person to talk about this.
So yes, this is Billy D. Williams, fresh off of that Star Wars fame, who is set up to be Harvey Dent. Uh-huh, yep.
For the three people who don't know, Harvey Dent is a original supporting character, an attorney, well, lawyer in general.
Occasionally a friend of Bruce Wayne. Who...
And that tries to, in more, if you see the Dark Knight, you know already, but he tries to, clean Gotham in a more law-friendly way, try to abide the law. Unfortunately, he gets an accident where someone sprays acid on his face, and he becomes the villain Two-Face. Here's the thing, Harvey Dent is white in most adaptations.
Which there's nothing wrong with making him black. The problem was that somebody decided to change his actor for the third movie.
Yeah, there's a bit. It's not as controversial as Don Cheadle replacing his role of Roddy, or War Machine. But and here's the other major point of contention of the movie. Since it needs to be a new, fresh introduction to the Batman media, they felt the need to showcase a proper, full, detailed, clean origin story for the character of the Joker. In this case, a gangster called Jack Napier. I am of two minds about this. On one, I can understand totally this, since, again, the time, people were not used to this incarnation of the Joker. He kind of feels like a transition between the Silver Age, the one we had on West Show, and the one that we know today. On the other, the idea of removing the ambiguity of the Joker, because it is stated that this is still partially inspired by the Killing Joke. And it was still like a thing of having the Joker having a potential origin story rather than being a canonical one. It leaves that ambiguity mark. Not to mention, if I had to be honest, what I understand the logic behind having Jack Nicholson because of his madness, like perfect for the role. His physical appearance is a bit bulkier than what you expect for the Joker. I don't know if you can catch what I'm saying, but you'll see it will become more clear later, I think.
Honestly, Jack Nicholson to me really does work as a Joker. He's definitely one of my favorite iterations of the Joker here and there. I'll go more into why later. But yeah.
Personality-wise, I don't really have a problem, honestly. It's just the way the story presents him and the physical appearance is really just as simple as that, unfortunately.
Some think it works, others think it don't. Me personally,
Meanwhile,
I think it does.
Newsflash at 11, the police in Gotham is corrupted.
Well, most of them, anyway.
Well, they're either corrupt or they're incompetent or...
And here's a character created exclusively for the movies, Knox, a journalist.
Played by Eckhart. Funny, because Aaron Eckhart would later play Harvey Dent.
Knox is the kind of reporter that wants to stick his nose where he doesn't belong, basically. I need to eat my bagels.
You look like you've eaten enough of them, mate.
Have I mentioned that this movie gets shown on Cartoon Network every now and then? Uncensored.
Is it PG-13? I forgot, Joe.
Yes, it's PG-13.
In fact, let me check what's the UK age rating for this film?
Well, Cartoon Network, it was either Cartoon Network or Nickelodeon, but one of the two accidentally showed a very adult anime on their network.
How adult we talking?
Also...
Panty and Stocking, if you've ever heard of that.
Oh, really?
Panty and
Yep.
Stocking! Oh, my.
But also, just for the record, Knox, as Inkara pointed out when he reviewed the comic adaptation, he surprisingly enough never got adapted into the comics. I mean, for the Marvel side, Agent Coulson, when it was created for the MCU, eventually made his way to the comics, but surprisingly enough, not Knox for DC.
12A, they are 12A.
That's basically PG-13.
But yeah, there you go. He's literally giving you a muddy sandwich.
A little something to get Harvey Dent off the scent.
Yeah, basically, there's a sort of hierarchy when it comes to the relationship between the mobs and the cops in Gotham.
Ha!
Not boy.
Oh yeah, I love
Oh,
his
Henchman
Bob.
Bob.
Bob. He is so loyal to his boss without question.
Bob is pretty much... Well, he's Boba Fett, but he gets stuff done.
Remember, this was before the creation of the character of Harley Quinn, so it makes sense for a character like this to...
Was Harley Quinn done for the animated series?
Yes,
Yes, she
Paul
debuted there.
Paul Dini felt that he wanted to create someone equivalent to Bob, but wanted to spice things up at the same time.
Originally, she was supposed to just be a one-shot character, but she was incredibly popular, and the rest is history.
Yeah, and apparently
how
Gotham City
did-
decides to celebrate its 200th anniversary with balloons.
How did Gotham reach 200 years?
Oh, Gotham's been
It
around for
can.
quite some time.
Well, you have to understand, Reeves, Gotham is an American city. Most American cities were founded in the 19th century, so, well, the 17th, 18th,
in the
19th
1700s
century.
more so.
So it checks out.
My city was only founded 100 odd
It's
years
funny
ago.
because there will later be a movie called Batman vs.
You have to
Dracula.
understand, Reeves, that most American cities are way, way more recent than European ones.
Oh, hey, that
Bob
drawing!
Kane.
I do believe
Basically,
that
Bob
drawing
Kane
was
is
Bob
one of the
Kane.
two creators of Batman, specifically the penciler, the artist, and he did that little sketch for the movie.
Yep, and I...
Was that the guy himself doing a little cameo?
No, he was way too old by that point, but it was his drawing. Anyway, here's Vicky Vale, played by Kim Basinger.
This character would actually not show up in the animated series either, but she would be adapted for later iterations.
Not to mention, she shows up occasionally here and there. Some of the video games, some of the minor other movies, stuff like that.
Her biggest, from what I recall, the biggest film she was in before this was Never Say Never Again.
What year was Basic Instinct? I forgot.
I don't know. Well, I know Never Say Never Again was 1983.
A reporter looking to get a
1992.
Pulitzer Prize in a DC show or movie.
Well, I'll be damned. She wasn't the main woman in Basic Instinct. My bad.
Or was Sharon Stone?
Yeah, I got confused. Oh, but she was in 9.5 weeks. That's why I got confused.
Huh.
There's also the fact, as Dinkara again pointed out, Vicky's inclusion makes Nox kinda pointless when you think about it.
Why, I ought to throw acid in his face!
Also, it's kinda interesting that Grissom is not tied to the Falcone family.
Yeah.
But yeah, Jack has an idea. Use that and use the excuse of the X6 chemicals deal to assert their control over the police.
So this is like if the if the police were really overrunning RoboCop.
Get it?
He's the Joker. Although to be fair, the ending of Batman Begins did that too.
Yeah. I think it was like the same appearance of the card. I forgot. The same drawing.
Yeah, I swear this guy looks a bit like Robert De Niro.
Let me
I thought
check
that
who.
was him for a second.
Let me check who plays Grissom. Jack Palance. Oh, I remember him. He's a very historical actor. History of Hollywood, I mean.
I have to go. Prepare for your murder. I mean, for the Batman's murder.
I can only trust you to
Yeah,
go to an
sure.
incredibly dangerous chemical factory.
Go to the chemical factory, where you will be disposed. Where you will be most.
Also.
Yeah, even he knows. God, this is shit.
Fuck this shit.
I have to do this crap now. Okay, how long are we in the movie?
Around 17 minutes approximately.
Okay, we've seen Batman, but where's Bruce Wayne?
I don't
Seriously,
know.
we had
They
to
never
build the
show up at the
mystery.
same time.
I get building up Batman, but Bruce Wayne?
Well, as you shall receive, we're about to get to the Wayne Mansion.
Yeah, the Wayne Mansion in England. America.
Complete with a roulette.
Jova, how do you Americans feel normally when places most associated with you are actually filmed in Britain?
It makes America look all the more
Rebuild the
fancy.
clock tower. Oh wait, wrong movie.
So we're okay with it usually.
Also, Bruce, why are you hosting casino operations in your fucking
Yes,
mansion?
Michael.
Hey.
Or I'll have to clean all this shit up the next
Hello,
day.
Michael Goff.
Yeah, Michael Goff was actually around here in Britain. If you're a Doctor Who fan, he played the Celestial Toymaker during a William Hartnell.
Yep,
Doctor Who
I remember him.
So
He's gonna be Alfred for all the main 90s, rest of the next 3 movies.
he is one of 2 actors who will be in all these movies.
Mm-hmm.
Him and Pat Hingle, yeah.
As for who Pat Hingle plays, we'll get to him later.
And
There it is.
here it is.
Hey, there he is. You know, it's
It's funny. Yeah, it's interesting because after watching Spider-Man: Homecoming,
You should, if you haven't seen it, you should also see Birdman. It's an entire meta.
I have seen Birdman.
Yeah, then you know, then it's a perfect meta documentary about Michael Keaton's actor career.
It's funny. Michael Keaton is like Mark Hamill. He starts out playing an iconic hero, that
Bruce.
later he gets a lot of villain roles.
Poor Alfred. Jesus Christ, the Gotham inhabitants are so rabid.
It's all towards charity, of course, and there he is, Commissioner Gordon.
All this money goes to Bruce Wayne's wallet. I mean, the Wayne Foundation. I mean, there's the same thing anyway, so.
Ironic. Gordon would rather arrest first.
Again, this portrayal of Gotham by the hands of Tim Burton shows a very dark, no, not dark, but sick city. It reminds me a lot of the actual setting, as in setting place of Cool World. That kind of sense, just without the weird, wacky animations.
Damn it.
You know, it's kind of a shame how Knox never comes back for any of the next films.
I don't know how he was received as a character back then. The movie, as of course, has been received very positively.
Yeah, I mean, without this film, who knows what would have happened to comic book films afterwards? So probably wouldn't have been much, if any.
It did pave the way towards the rise and eventual fall of the comic book movie formats of the 90s.
It's interesting because 2 years before this, the Superman film series crashed and burned.
Huh, yeah. That's right, folks. Superman was actually on the big screen first. Well, unless you count the 60s Batman movie.
Didn't Superman came before Batman comics-wise, didn't he?
That's a very edgy armor.
Yeah, again, that's one thing people tend to forget. It's like, well, Superman is still considered #1 on the superheroes list, partially because he came first. Hey, that looks like a Fallout 76 armor helmet.
Yeah.
Why isn't it glitching, though?
Or better yet, why isn't it full of mold that causes them to have to, recall
How
the
much
helmets?
racist can we get? And the owner? Yeah.
Duh.
I own this place.
This is played for comedy, of course, but the thing that you should take away from this is that Bruce Wayne is a rich people, but doesn't socialize that much, and doesn't appear that much in the public.
Well, considering his secret identity.
Yes. Again, going back to Linkara, it theorized that despite the change in directors, writers, and stuff like that, the 4 main Batman movies have a sort of story arc for the character of Bruce Wayne. And it starts here with the fact that he's alone. Well, not alone, but he's essentially, he only has just Alfred, and he hasn't started from a lot of time to be Batman. And we'll see more later what his big deal is.
That is one thing I can appreciate about all 4 of the movies is the nice character act there.
It's a shame that around the Joe Schumacher era they kind of get wasted among all the goofiness.
Oh boy!
But there are still traces of that.
So Shuri, how familiar with these movies are you?
I've only seen a couple of the animated movies. I've never seen a live-action Batman movie.
Oh boy, you're in for a treat then. Love this movie, really like Returns, I actually can have fun with Forever, and Batman and Robin can be fun. Doesn't mean it's good, but it can be fun.
It's enjoyable. It's natural habitat. A very cold bottle of vodka.
I like the first 2. I think Batman Forever is okay, and Batman and Robin. I think even Arnie doing puns gets old after like 2
I'm
minutes.
okay with this. I really, really like Batman Returns, though I think it's more of a guilty pleasure than anything. Batman Forever is there, and Batman and Robin is, half and half because of different factors.
Mr. Wayne, were the cameras in there really necessary?
Hey,
Oh, sorry, Alfred. I really need them.
As much as the cameras in the bathroom, sir.
hey, I told you not to put those cameras in there.
Actually, no, you ordered them to be put in screwed
But then
right
I
to
changed
the
my
pile.
mind, okay? I'm not a lick.
Oh, what's this? This is basically how also Bruce gets to know what the deal is. In later adaptation, not necessarily this movie, but in adaptation, there's the fact that he has made friends with Commissioner Gordon and the police force of Gotham. Or he regularly taps into their communications, he gets tips from Gordon himself, stuff like that. But here, since he's kind of starting out, he needs to, get things done on his own.
Commissioner Gordon, I'm so very sorry. But Jack Napier stole all of our donuts. How are we supposed to live together?
So basically,
He stole their
Grimson...
donuts and got them to waste chemicals.
So basically...
The first thing you do with donuts, naturally.
So basically, Jack's boss figured to get rid of 2 birds with 1 stone. Get rid of his treacherous second-in-command who's sleeping with his women, while also getting rid of the evidence. Yeah.
And potentially leaving no traces of the corrupt police force if they show up.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, but it's already been done. Oh, I thought that was a gun for a second there. Now
Also, what exactly is chemicals deals with? Well, yeah, chemicals. Just we don't exactly know. It's possibly acid, possibly detergents.
Sir, why'd you come to this operation in a tux?
Well, considering how you were trying to do this right from out under me, I had to hurry here.
Wow,
Oh.
is he commissioner in this movie?
Yes, he is.
I just want to make clear that Jack Napier can shoot freely at us when we can't shoot back.
Well, to be fair, he does want him taken alive for obvious reasons, yeah.
So just shoot him in the foot then.
Oh, exactly. He didn't say not to shoot, just not to be taken alive. It's just the corrupt officers were here to kill.
So yeah, Jackie's like, well, fuck this shit. I'm just gonna blow up the entire place.
It'll make for a good distraction and a clean getaway.
Oh, he has to wash all the fuel off and the kinds of chemicals. Hey.
There he is.
Ah, yes, the grapple gun.
A stable of the Batman gadgets.
I thought you hung him by his neck there for a second.
Nah.
Thankfully not.
Don't worry, the police will help you down. Now, if you'll excuse
Want to do
me,
another
I have
take?
more work to do.
Batman, nothing, but you're a vigilante, so open fire! Joker, you fool! No, he's not the Joker yet, is he?
Yeah, we probably
it's
should move
corrosive.
from there.
Move.
This also, as you can imagine by the score getting out, this also paved the way to the entire wave of resurgence of cartoons of the 90s by the Warner Bros. Mark, thanks to what Steven Spielberg also said, that used the orchestral score in them.
But I've got a question, guys.
Yeah.
How did you feel about this Batman theme returning in Justice League?
I liked it.
I don't understand it too much because of, I prefer, if a theme returns, it makes sense kind of for consistency's sake. You think something of the Spider-Man 60s theme and it's has a more generic brand to it for Spider-Man itself. But if you think of the Batman orchestral theme, it's more specifically to this one. Maybe the animated series, I guess, but more specifically to this one. But so I'm not sure. Also, you could see the string. But I'm not sure the inclusion of Justice League makes that much sense. If they're repurposing that also for the Batman movie, the upcoming one, fine by me.
Ah, good old Bob.
Yeah. Bob's always on the job.
Also, one thing that should be noticed, the Batman mask, since it's the first occasion, looks too it's a one piece and it looks impractical as fuck.
It was hard for Keaton to move around with that thing on.
Yeah, hardly. That's also why he's not doing that much facial expressions.
So they could go free, but there's just a little something Jack wants to take care of first.
Yep.
Wow, what did he do?
But I got no future.
Well, to be fair, Eckhart was the one who set the cops on to try and kill him.
So this way, Gordon cannot trace them back down. Also,
Ouch.
Batman has deflecting
Yes.
Wonder Woman Warista. And there we go. Batman tries to save him, but
And
His face
Sad
is looking
face.
a bit scarred. Oops.
and he falls into
And
Again,
10-point landing!
This is pretty much taken from the Killing Joke, almost to a T. It was just changed the fact that here the character of Jack is more malicious in nature and was already coming here for a purpose. While in the comic book, he almost didn't knew that he needed to get there. He was using the Red Hood disguise, and he was forced to do this to pay the cure for his wife.
Who sadly ended up dying. She was pregnant.
Yeah.
Basically, she accidentally
Alan
electrocuted
Moore wanted to
herself.
come across by the fact that that particular origin of the Joker was, what if you had just one real bad day in your life?
Oh boy.
I'll be right back. Just gonna get a quick drink.
Essentially, the whole
This Night of the Living Dead.
the whole falling into chemicals thing is pretty much nowadays considered canon, seeing as how the Joker's skin in most
It's also
continuities is permanently
it's also
white.
sort of a deconstruction on the whole superhero origin stories when you think about it, because it was so common in the 60s in the Silver Age to have all these heroes gaining their powers because they just bursting into chemicals. So seeing someone not getting any particular superpowers but just getting, becoming crazy as fuck with a murderous attitude, yeah. Also, Popeye in the background. Weird. Party's over. You have to go home now.
Bruce Wayne apologizes that he couldn't show up for the most part, but he's going to have a
Also,
dinner with
yeah.
Vicky Vale.
Here's the idea of Bruce Wayne for a date. Yeah.
I get the feeling he doesn't like letting people in.
Not just that, he's kind of out of touch with reality.
Hey, Shiroi, could you pass the salt?
Think she's burned as well.
That's exactly it. She's that far away. Tell me you
Awkward.
wouldn't enjoy a one-on-one dinner this way.
This is Bruce Wayne. He's a millionaire, but doesn't know how to socialize with people. This year, Bruce Wayne is Batman, rated PG-13.
A witness the wondrous love story. And one day, Bruce Wayne will find that he's about to see what it's like to care about someone other than his butler.
Seriously, the movie just stops for a second and becomes this weird, awkward routine.
I guess it's a good way of showing how awkward Bruce can be around people who aren't Alfred.
Again, it's all about the message giving here.
That is something I feel Batman Returns does
But-
pretty well too.
But Vicky, as you can see, Vicky starts opening up his life, and she talks a bit also with Alfred.
Is this Alfred's little shack?
Aww.
Well, Ribs, much like the Servitude usually has always their quarters in a big villa. Essentially, that they have the place where they live, the place where they can, eat themselves, stuff like that.
And now Alfred has me imagining all those childhood stories that Bruce would have with Alfred.
About the Grey Ghost.
Oh god, the Grey Ghost. Well, he's played
Did I
by
tell-
Adam West.
Did I tell you of the one time that Master Wayne nearly accidentally sold his house to a hoodie?
No, you haven't. Now, Alfred, I thought we said not to mention that one ever again.
But I mean, sir, how could you possibly think that a man named R.H. Hoodlum was a financial advisor?
I was working on it with a certain case at work.
Notice how the scene is framed. As soon as Vicky Bell mentions about the family, Bruce immediately grabs the alcohol and starts pouring some more, both for her and for himself. Again, this is pretty much intentional.
Notice how they're a lot more close here than they were in the dining room. Almost like each is a
literally
different
and
layer.
figuratively.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
Surgery.
It's surgery.
Have you been to surgery, Jova?
No. It's just
So
like I
is
haven't
the-
been to
I
the
know, this
beer
is the
place.
secret- Jova, this is the secret origin of Hush.
Of course.
So Jack managed to get emergency surgery in like a couple of minutes or hours or stuff like that.
Well, it may not have been the most ideal.
Like you didn't knew how it would have turned out. Maybe this is Professor Pigma. Oh boy. The torture stuff.
Don't worry, he's not gonna kill you. Bless your lucky stars.
Now, to be honest, that laugh is genuinely cool enough, how frightening it can be.
Yeah.
Remember, this was before Mark Hamill perfected it, so...
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, so many stairs. I like to fight anyone who invented these stairs and pushing down these stairs.
Oh
Just
god,
to show how
somebody's-
stupid stairs are. Also, is he just cabadoning her? Seriously.
Nah, she's just
Bruce,
drunk.
bad touch.
Don't worry, Vicky. We've only got like 5,285 more stairs to
Ah, screw it, just steal me down here.
We haven't got an elevator.
I said to steal me on this platform here. I'm too tired and drunk to go up the rest. Meanwhile, back at Grimson's building. Also, nice angel imagery in the back there.
Yeah.
No.
Time for the big reveal.
Oh, that's just what they call each other in bed.
Yeah.
Might be your last drink you take, bud.
Might as well.
Yeah.
Right, emergency pistol.
Huh.
Where's my security?
That's a good question. Denied.
Sorry, wrong answer. Yes, for part of the surgery, his mouth got sewn into a permanent smile.
Yay! See, guys, Danny Elfman agrees.
Yep.
Remember, the most people saw the Joker before this in the Adam West show, which at worst could like sprout, water from his flower in his jacket. So, have you fun yet, kids?
I mean, he did kill once or twice in the Animal Show, but
But
dang,
it
it
wasn't
wasn't.
this violent,
Yeah,
to say.
this is what would start the trend of the Joker being both funny but menacing too.
It's kind of like it's a rough equivalent, of course, but it's kind of like what people of the '90s seeing what Heath Ledger performance as the Joker did in The Dark Knight. It was the next step to take for that approach.
Yeah, funny how just like this, Heath Ledger's performance as the Joker would also inspire a lot of changes. Oh god, that may have been one of the best nights I've ever had.
I had a date with Bruce Wayne. I had a date with Bruce Wayne.
Why am I thinking like that? And why is my date hanging upside down like a bat? Wait a minute.
You know Batman!
Oh, please, don't, Joker. Don't start with a narration about Gotham. Don't inspire Frank Miller.
I do love this city. But not enough to make love to it. That's just for weirdos.
Batman comic writer tapped to write RoboCop sequel.
Yay, he's gonna give this town a better class of criminal. I'll admit, Nicholson definitely does fit the role of Joker well. Wait, really? You want to go again at sex then? No, not that!
You can tell her.
Right.
I'm Batman's gadget guy.
I guess that makes some sort of sense. But all the same, I'll keep an eye out. Bye! Note to self, make sure to keep the memo up on the up.
I'm pretty sure. I'd like to show you to the Batcave. The Bat Cave. We keep sheep in there.
Uh-huh. Note to self. Either these people are involved with Batman, or I just have a knack for finding the weirdos.
Alright, the Greenstone's wife. Well, she took it well.
Well, I guess he's taken the whole mouth zone into a permanent smile thing well.
Alright, guys. Now on,
That
I run
shot.
this operation.
Oh, I have just the perfect response for that.
Yeah, just shake hands.
You can trust me.
Buzz.
I have to say, I have quite the hot seat for humor, don't I?
Jesus.
Oh, that rattled his bones, I
Classic
see.
Tim Burton humor.
Oh.
So, do we want to try this again?
Someone opening a window is hot in here.
No shit.
After all, the movie Patch Adams showed that it's truly the greatest medicine, and I'm about to take that to heart. What's that? Wiping his face provides a white smudge.
Yeah. Yeah, this incarnation of the Joker is more a bit disgusted by the white, makeup appearance, so tries to cover with, face cream. Um, yes.
He puts on the shade.
Oh, yeah. Bob's awesome. Considering how he doesn't even flinch when he's working with the freaking Joker of all people.
He lives in Gotham City. He's probably seen a lot weirder.
Including a guy getting electrocuted like that.
Remember, this was on Cartoon Network, according to Jova.
Yep, it's been shown quite a few times. In fact, it was even shown in preparation for Batman.
Where we see someone killing someone directly and then talking to his still fuming, desecrated corpse.
Yep. Believe it or not, this was made for both
Not
adults.
healthy.
Believe it or not, this movie was made for both kids and adults. That said, though, what a wake-up call for Bo. Wow, that
Oop.
happened. Yes, my
Oh,
fa.
back here.
Basically, Shira, since you need a recap, now Jack Napier has become properly the Joker and has assumed control of the other mob families. Meanwhile, Bruce Wayne had sex with Vicky, a very hot, steamy, romantic night with Vicky Vale, but now she's finding nothing about him in the newspaper and police archives.
Huh.
Basically, for Jack, his skin was turned white, his hair turned green, and the surgeon who worked on him to save his life had to sew his mouth into a permanent smile, which, needless to say, may have drawn him a bit cuckoo in the head.
Just a bit.
Yeah. Alright, Bruce Wayne, time to see your daily routine of the day.
I'm sure it's very boring.
Yeah, totally. Especially at night.
Well, that isn't exactly a daily routine now, is it?
Depends, especially with the falling back and the springing forward. During fall, days can be incredibly short.
Also, fog.
Oh yeah,
Also,
Gotham's got
considering-
loads of that.
Or steam, possibly, like smoke.
Steam
Possibly
and
both,
smoke.
actually. Yeah, that is book. It's steamed. No, but Jova, considering how Bruce Wayne in this version is way more socially awkward and doesn't really play the Playboy millionaire
yes.
part, I really wonder if Vicky Vale was his first.
Yeah, probably in this universe, but yes, he leaves roses near a theater.
I forgot. Crime Alley. Yeah, I think that's
Yep.
the name of.
Crime Alley.
I like to dedicate this flower to the poor ground that died.
This will become extremely iconic in all Batman medias.
So he's Tuxedo Mask.
It's just without
Except that
context,
it actually does something when he shows up.
it's
Yes.
just that without context, it makes it look like he's just laying flowers for the dead ground.
Here's an interesting thing this movie does. Whereas we know more about the Joker from the start, with Batman it's something of a mystery. Like, let's not forget, this in a way was sort of a reinvigorated origin story for Batman. So with Bruce Wayne, he's played him more as a mystery until little by little we come to know more about him.
Yes.
Oh, did he now? So this guy's trying to say that Crimson told him to take over his business.
Again, Knox is that kind of journalist, the one that will pester you until you really explode with rage.
Oh, speaking of rage, mine.
Not a fan
So
of
the one they
mimes.
tend to not allow in
You
interviews.
can't stand mimes, Dweebs, I guess.
Not really a huge fan of them.
Did you have a
I
bad
understand
experience
that.
with mime?
No, it's just I prefer other forms.
Yeah, Michael Keaton is not amused.
Yeah, like I said, I prefer other forms of entertainment.
Hmm.
People really like wearing black
Also,
in
I
this
think
place.
that's a Rolex camera.
It's because it's dark. Shoot.
I mean, I appreciate it. Still, come on.
I mean, I like wearing black.
Uh-oh.
Here we go.
Oh, God damn it, another mime.
This one speaks, though, so he's not quite a mime. This one looks more like a clown. Also, that's an iconic outfit of the Joker's. You see him a lot in that in comic covers.
That's not a mime. It's a meme.
Boop.
Yeah,
Right to the throat.
trying to stab me in the back? I'll take the more forward approach and stab you in the neck.
Indeed. But guns work as well.
Well, he knows how to make an entrance.
So a bullet totally hit him just then.
Yeah. But that's the thing. Bruce is sort of fazed by the Joker's appearance, almost as if he knows him.
Yes, Bruce, did you happen to meet this guy on business at some point?
It's not exactly what you call business.
Also, Vicky's fashion design is questionable sometimes.
Oh,
See, now that I
God.
lost the Millennium Falcon, I straight to...
Oh, boy.
And that's why Harvey Dent looks different.
Oh, okay, listen to this.
Joker doesn't take too kindly to the
Hold
thought
on, hold on.
And
The eternal cry of every other DC comic character.
Except
See-
Superman.
Joker doesn't really appreciate the fact that people are thinking that Batman's working with the bad guys over him. Joker is one who does not like to share the spotlight.
Hmm.
Oh! I'm not the one who had sex with her, Mr. Wayne.
You agreed to be in this movie, sir.
Of course, this movie also starts showing the subtext that is also shown in later stories of Alfred being the father figure of Bruce that he couldn't have due to his tragic loss.
And Michael Keaton's casting as well is interesting because at this point he was more known for comedies.
Huh. Yep.
He was even in Beetlejuice, another Tim Burton movie.
Yeah.
Yep.
I guess he really liked working with Tim Burton, so when the call was cast, he jumped in.
Mm-hmm.
You see, this was back when Johnny Depp wasn't in every Tim Burton.
Yeah.
is Helen here?
Or Ellen Bonham Carter.
I'm actually...
Yeah, she's not here. Okay.
No.
I'm actually surprised that Helena Bonham Carter never showed up in any of these movies. Then again, I forget if she was really a thing with Tim Burton yet.
I don't think
I know
so.
that they definitely did not have their kids yet.
I don't think the Burton Depp thing started till Ed Wood.
So what
Yeah.
about
They
the
didn't have Johnny Depp yet?
So what about the Burton Carter thing?
Let me check.
I know that was at least a thing as early as Corpse Bride. Depp was
Maybe
also
Planet of
in
the
that.
Apes.
Oh, that's right, she was in that. She
The
was a
2001 one, I mean.
yes, she was a monkey in that.
I think the Johnny Depp relationship with Tim Burton started with Sleepy Hollow in 1999.
That would explain a lot. I actually really
No,
like that
actually-
movie.
Actually,
Me too. I'm a fan of most adaptations of that story anyway.
Ed Wood was in 1994.
My bad.
My God.
Oh.
It makes me want to take her to
Gotta love how Danny Elfman music completely complements the movie.
Exactly. That's another thing I do love about this movie. Danny Elfman's score is like the perfect bout of motif.
There's purposeful dissonance. You having
Yes.
this weird scene where the Joker is literally lusting over this poor girl, Vicky, while this whimsical music plays in the background.
Basically, Shiroi, he has a thing for blondes, so yeah.
It makes me want to take her out for dinner and play bad Prince music.
Oh, by the way,
Yeah,
Shiroi... Oh,
Yes?
if there's one, I'll be honest. I don't think the Prince songs in this movie are very good. In fact, I'm going to be honest. Nothing against Prince personally, but I just don't think his music aged all that well.
I like Prince, but anyway, Shiroi. Yeah, that's the thing. Joker has a thing for blondes, and in some continuities, he actually likes the white-haired blondes really much.
This is taken to its conclusion by the fact that Harleen Quinzel, well, she is blonde. So
Yep, and if it's an albino blonde, oh boy, he's hit the jackpot.
Listen, the whole Joker Harley thing, stop that. Stop doing that.
If it's any consolation, in some continuities, the two do legit love each other, like in...
it's also interesting
It's
because
so toxic! Leave it
Oh,
alone.
Exactly.
as we're about to record, as we're recording this, a new series of Harley Quinn is about to come out called Harleen, which
It actually
studies
looks fun.
Yeah, it's also drawn partially by Nev Rizial, a very famous artist that I actually follow.
Oh yeah, is this where
Yeah, that was also nice images.
Oh boy. Violent allergic reaction.
Sure, I'll buy that.
Oh, what's this?
yeah,
Oh boy,
I'm not sure what's so funny about that.
Yeah, what is funny about that?
it's like that scene in Bruce Almighty.
That's what I'd like to know.
Yeah, as you say, it's hardly the time for.
Becky, you keep laughing like that, you're gonna die laughing. Oh crap, terrible choice of words.
Oh wait, she actually died?
And
Yeah,
now time for an
with a
infomercial.
grin on her face.
Huh.
Oh boy. Oh jeez.
Oh, this is so weird.
Oh no, not Brad Dex.
You went improved with
From Food Fight. Oh. Ah, at least I'm looking happy. For good reason.
I thought laughter was the best medicine, not killer.
I guess he thinks that death is the perfect way to get away from it all. In which case, medicine.
I guess in a twisted way.
best infomercial ever.
Yep.
But it was laughing all the way to the bank, though, not the grave.
Villain infomercials are always great, though.
So, yeah, basically, there's no way to tell what products may have Smilex in them now. It's now a lottery shot, so, yeah.
Fun.
Have fun, folks.
Batman might have... Oh, wait, I'm eating something now. Shit, that might have been infected.
No, I think it's only for pharmaceutical things.
Well, potential also cosmetics.
Yeah. Oh boy, now I'm just imagining Joker working for the Umbrella Corporation.
Would fit.
Ha!
there you go,
Cute, that's a little
cosmetics.
throwback to the 60s show with the flying in newspaper.
You know what this film does better?
What?
Than, say, Catwoman?
What?
And you
Well,
can see
what-
the sunshine on the people, the fact that no one is using cosmetic products anymore.
Oh my
Again,
god, yeah.
again, there's
Oh
this
snap!
kind
Even
of-
deodorant. People can't use deodorant.
yeah, there's this weird type of comedy in this movie that just works so brilliantly.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, this film has a better cosmetics trap plot than Catwoman.
It's nice to see that Harvey Dent can still come out of this looking good despite not being able to use any of those products.
Yeah, it's weird with the Catwoman movie tried to combine some plot elements from this and Batman Returns, and
Yeah.
none of them worked.
The whole cosmetics thing, yeah, that turned into a totally not sexist plot about women makeup.
Makeup is just glorified paint anyway.
Uh-huh. And some people are learning that the hard way, it seems.
Well, the Joker wears a lot of it.
Not so much here, Shiroi.
For this case, it's kind of a reverse situation. You're about to see right now. His natural color of his skin now is pink, and he's now applying actual cosmetic to make him resemble himself actual human skin.
Wow, what the
Huh.
hell?
Oh hey, his honey, his sweetheart.
Please leave the whole daddy thing out of it. Just please.
It's
Yes.
funny you mention that
This
because
is not Darling in the Franxx.
funny you mention that because originally in the 5th movie, Harley Quinn was going to show up as the daughter of the Joker,
And I
played
think,
by
Jack
Madonna.
Nicholson himself was supposed to show up in an hallucination.
No,
Boy, doesn't that sound familiar?
Dwibs, I'm guessing Madonna can't act. I've never seen her act.
no, no, no.
That bad?
Something tells me Dweebs really has bad experience on the
You sound
subject.
traumatized. You sound-
PTSD over there.
You sound traumatized, Dribs. What was the last thing you saw Madonna in?
Die Another Day, even though it was only a small scene. She was as stiff as the sword she was holding in that scene.
That bad, huh? That sounds like Ronda Rousey levels of bad. Oh, actually, Dribs, better or worse than Ronda Rousey?
Well,
Or
Madonna
Vicky.
was only in one scene in that film.
Dwibs
Well,
didn't
yeah.
react like this to Rhonda, so
No,
Wow.
no, I just don't think.
Oh, but this she has a present.
No. But she, while Ronda Rousey is not a good actress, she can fight at least. You know, she's good in stunt scenes.
Urgent.
that's what I'm saying. It's like Madonna was worse because you reacted, so
Yeah,
You know.
Oh, it's a gas
Oh
mask.
boy.
Madonna's a
Put
good
this on
singer.
right now.
That's about it.
hmm.
Barry, did you fart in the air conditioner again?
No,
it's
actually, mine's not. Uh,
It's that thing in GTA 5 where you have to throw the gas canister in and it gasses everybody.
Or Dweebs, since you love to reference that, that's that EA conference where they gassed everyone. That's a perfectly good wasted meal. Jeez.
Well, are they dead?
And here we go.
they're either dead or knocked out.
It's time to rise up.
Oh boy. I don't know what's worse, being gassed or being subjected to this song.
Hey, I
Well,
actually
Dweebs,
like
they've
this.
been gassed, so they probably are spared from the suffering.
Well, speaking of
what's the character's name again?
anyway, as someone who actually does like this music, I'd rather listen rather than be
Shocker
knocked
was
out.
here.
Of course. Putting his own little twist on art.
Yeah, this particular incarnation of the Joker decides to take on an artist approach, which is rather uncommon for the character.
I like he was hammering in time with the music.
Porking bastard. Hey, those are perfectly fine painting. You ruined
No, they didn't have my face on it, so they were less than perfect.
it. So just draw your face on them then. I love Oh no, he didn't touch that. Oh,
Oh,
don't touch that picture.
okay.
Oh, I guess the
Fine.
Joker- I guess the Joker has standards.
Well, artists have taste, so...
Oh, okay. This one.
I can't
Next
tell whether or
track.
not that's an insult or a compliment. Okay, I'll take it as a compliment.
Bob, get the waiter.
The waiter's knocked out, sir.
Okay, then you be the waiter.
Very well.
I'm not qualified.
Is this Spider-Man
Like
2001?
that, like that matters in Gotham City.
It's like that scene with J. Jonah
True, true.
Jameson. This sucks. Sucks. Mega sucks.
Yeah, it's those reviews on
Instagram.
No, TripAdvisor in our case.
That too.
0 out of 10. I can't believe those people fell over after some gas came in. Totally unprofessional.
1 star out of 5. Hmm. Sure. Oh. Which, to be fair, makes it kind of difficult to work with the critics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your
And
face
it's
on the
crazy.
$1 bill, eh? It's just a trick question.
Probably.
It's like the am I fat question. Oh, here we go. Yeah, this is what happened to Grissom's wife. Nobody knew she was until she put it. Yeah.
Yes, it's very great.
This is great. Um. Really? No thank you.
I'm kind of taken
Bad
already.
touch, bad touch. Oh yeah, I didn't told you, Shira. It was a previous scene during the date between Bruce Wayne and Vicky Vale. He totally covered on the hair.
Oh boy, acid in the flower.
He what, sorry?
He wall-handed hair.
Oh.
uh,
Oh, what a world! What a
I,
world!
yeah,
what a
I get
world.
that reference.
Oh,
That's
Was
my
hissing really
cue.
necessary?
Bye.
damn, Jokers.
This is another staple of the Batman gadget. Basically,
line
a
launcher.
double shooting rope that functions as a, as a cord like that.
Yeah, it's known as the line launcher.
Oh yeah, that's another thing. Deadline, where does he get the wonderful toys? As Dinkar pointed out, Deadline is suited perfectly for a toy commercial, but apparently none of them used it at the time.
Which is
It's criminally insane. You have that on a silver platter, and yet when Schumacher took over, you decided to create a different, complete one for fucking McDonald's.
Yes. I think I'll get the drive-through.
Seriously, I normally don't condone creating something just for the purpose of selling, of merchandising alone, but that one was served on a silver platter to you guys.
It really was, wasn't it? Don't worry, ma'am. I'm used to driving like this for Gotham City.
You're in England. You're driving on the wrong side of the road.
I'm sorry, what's this England you were speaking about, dear Englisher?
Well,
Filming in England, you go.
of course, the Batmobile 2 also has its own share of gadgets.
Please, Mr. Englishman, don't be crazy.
It's totally
We're
the
in
grappling
clearly
hook from Sonic
America.
Forces.
Yes, it is. Oh no, cabbages!
Cabbages!
My cabbages! This place is worse than a mushroom.
Not even the cabbage man.
Won't someone think of the cabbages?
Not even the cabbage guy's descendants could
Nope.
Oh yeah, that's right. Let's not forget my
that-
cabbage corp.
Yeah, that's clearly the worst crime of Korra. Not literally everything else. The fact that the cabbage guy descendant got it worst in season 1.
Pardon me, citizen. Just passing through.
plot headline: Cora killed Cabbage Core.
Ah, yes, the iconic shield mode.
Yep. Basically,
down
at
to the
occurrence, the
tube.
Batmobile can basically trench itself to be impervious to any interference from exterior forces.
It's funny because the shield mode is what would inspire the default look of the Batmobile in the animated series.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, this scene coming up. You're telling me the truth, right? Just 108.
Yeah, this will do. Pew! There we go. Whee!
Whoop! Huh,
The next stable of the Batman gadget, the grappling hook, like this. Whee!
Ow.
Jesus! One moment I'm having a night with Bruce Wayne, the next I'm on the night with Batman! Well,
Oh.
he's dead. Yes, his wallet. Uh-oh.
Oh.
Well, crud, it looks like the secret's out.
Oh.
Just in time.
Ha! Peter Parker will wish he had photos this good looking.
It's also a common trick for Batman now to put reinforced body armor on the symbol on his chest just to attract the fight. What are you doing?
Okay, bit of a story about this scene. Well, actually, I'll get to it when it's over, actually.
It's pretty much a carbon copy of that one in, in Rays of the Lost Ark, sorta.
Except this time, it's a legit fight.
Either to showcase the fact that the gauntlets and the boots on Batman are also a reinforced armor, and they can be used for, hand-to-hand combat.
Come on. Yeah, about
come on,
that.
Bob.
Originally,
Bob at his limits.
Originally, there was supposed to be a fight scene that was supposed to show that Bob was actually a pretty capable fighter, and he would only retreat after the fight concluded in his defeat. It's quite a shame. Bob's already awesome, but that fight scene could have added on to his awesomeness, but they cut it for time. Bit of a shame.
Mm.
Of course, we gotta have the iconic Batman being chased by the police car chase scene. Oh! You weigh a little more
That's
than 100.
when you really lack touch.
Hey, I'm here to save lives. I don't need to have touch.
Okay, that's just showing off.
He likes to do that with the Batmobile.
I do the touchy myself. Wait.
Gee,
Is there any
a
reason
creepy
why we're going
forest in a
through the
Tim Burton
Nightmare
movie.
Before
Yeah, did
Christmas
we mention that this
woods?
is a Tim Burton movie? Seriously,
I
this
never would
imagery
have guessed.
is so staple.
Welcome to the Corpse Bride.
Or Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah, that's the thing. Even though he's not the composer, that explains, the whimsy in some of the tracks, despite the inappropriate scenes.
That's also kind of how Danny Elfman works. Again, he goes in tandem usually with
Isn't it
Tim
Henry Selick
Burton.
that did Nightmare Before Christmas?
Huh? Danny Elfman? Oh yeah, he did that too.
No, I'm Henry Selick. He directed Nightmare Before Christmas.
Well, yes, he was technically the director, but a lot of stuff people ascribe to Nightmare Before Christmas was Tim Burton's idea here and
It's
there.
even on suddenly, at least for my country, it was also marketed as the title, Tim Burton's Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that here too.
Whoops!
Okay.
Hey, we're on the set of Fast and Furious 4 from that cave scene, apparently.
And again, the way the scene is framed, the fact that the music keeps growing and growing to showcase essentially the entrance in the Batcave, and which is essentially the triumph of the character of Batman. Again, the synergy between how the scenes are presented and the music is very peculiar.
Yes. There was definitely nothing like this movie before.
Also, Jim, but don't remind me.
Also, what's this camera angle? You almost
Mind your
killed Vicky
step.
Vale by having your step on down. Jeez.
He almost drove off the ledge.
Oh, they're so adorable.
Aw, why does he keep just that one in the cage? I guess it was that one's lucky turn.
It's a bit too little to be Man-Bat, so who knows?
This was
They're just small winged doggers.
Maybe it's the
This was-
prototype for Man-Bat.
this was the bat that bit my uncle.
It's your Uncle Man-Bat.
No,
I'm pretty sure there's an Elseworld story with that.
Oh,
no,
it's
he
funny,
died. It was-
Pio,
it was
there's
one of those-
actually
it
an...
was one of those rare poisonous bats.
It's funny you mention that, too. There's actually an Elseworld story known as Gods and Monsters, which has Kirk Langstrom as Batman.
Well, that makes sense. But anyway, Batman here has found potentially the chemical formula that Joker uses to create a Smilex, which means an antidote can be synthesized as a result. This, in turn, serves to showcase the other side of Batman, the quote-unquote world's greatest detective.
This
The
is
fact
sadly
that,
one thing that the Nolan trilogy kind of was missing out of, was the detective angle of stuff.
A lot of adaptations tend to miss that in the favor of Batman just doing simple vigilante work, unfortunately.
You ask me, one of the best combinations that's not the animated series or the
Again,
Batman.
That frame with the light on his eyes, that's just perfect.
I know, right?
It symbolizes how in the dark Batman is on the matter.
Uh-huh. It's funny, isn't it, honestly?
Bats,
You know, it's funny.
Space.
I mean, after years of having Superman movies, it was an interesting change, though. The villain is the one all in the light and everything, and the hero is the one in the dark. Not something that was common often. Just a little something to ensure that you don't remember where the entrance is. Okay!
Also, Vicky, I understand that a lot of grown women keep their teddy bears and everything, but you're a fucking journalist.
Bruce,
Get some
you
professionality, man.
know, Bruce, you could have just blindfolded her or something.
You would not believe the night I have had, Alex. You know, you say that while lying in bed like that, honey.
Stop the presses, literally.
Gotham Globe.
By the way, I thought you were working
Batman
for the
cracks
Gazette.
Joker's poison cold. Citizens told to avoid the following products.
There you go.
Yay!
Yeah.
Sir,
How
there
many
was-
TVs are you wasting?
As
sir,
many
there
as
was a
it...
fifth TV there was a fifth TV this week.
Well, then that means we have a problem, don't we?
Yeah, you hate television.
No, it's the flying mouse.
Pikachu?
No, Mickey Mouse. Who do you think? Although, speaking of Mickey, it's only a matter of time before that bastard rodent buys us, too.
Also, there's, when it comes to closest Pikachu clone that actually flies, there's Emolga.
Oh yeah, that.
I know, Dave. Nobody cares about Generation 5.
But I like Gen 5, just not that Pokemon. I don't know, something about it's just never
Pikachu clones on later generations tend to be more forgettable, I understand.
Except for Dedenne.
Actually, it's more Pachirisu.
Huh.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm looking forward to Ice Cream Mon.
Or how about the ever so hangry Pikachu?
Or Surfetched.
Oh, Surfetched is gonna be awesome. And of course,
Anyway.
So anyway, Bruce Wayne Mon. Bruce.
Bruce Wayne Mon. What?
Access
Also, Miss Vale, I noticed you taking on a rather black outfit. Have you been seeing someone else?
It's actually refreshing to see this banter actually working after Iron Man 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something very important.
Oh, damn it, I forgot my line.
Gotta do it. I forgot the line.
It's like Tim Burton was holding a cue card off set and Keaton was just taking a glance at it.
See, some people do interesting things with their lives. Some take up skiing. Some take up cave diving. Some take up being a crime vigilante.
Some do all three.
Yeah.
In fact, I've heard of one of those. They call him, because he likes climbing up stuff and going into weird things. They call him Caveman.
Yes.
That is not as cool as name as it sounds because of
Yeah.
Caveman. We're working on the name.
And puts on makeup and... You know, when you think about it, a lot of people think of Beetlejuice as the potential father of the Joker. Wouldn't that be funny? I mean, the resemblance is there.
So the main villain of the film is the guy who runs L'Oreal?
Huh. Please, nothing can faze me at this point.
You go into the door.
But I may never get another chance to tell you. Just tell her you're Batman, Bruce. Just tell her you're Batman. Oh, god dang it.
No, not at all. Who let him in?
He let himself
She
in.
did. He did.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, she
You have
did,
shit
technically.
security.
Yeah. And then he hides his face behind the Vega does his Batman voice. Hey, Joker, I'm Batman. You know, you left me last night. It really hurts.
Uh-oh.
So, I guess his latest lady friend is now his ex-lady friend?
Yeah, she threw herself out of a window.
Off-screen deaths again? No!
I guess she went a little crazy considering what he did to her face.
It was worse with that. You think that would be the thing that they fix, but no, we actually make it worse.
Uh-oh.
He just called Bruce Wayne a cock.
Yes.
in a very elaborate way.
Yes, sophisticated humor.
Joker likes to be sophisticated.
I'll be right back real quick, get another drink.
Sorry, we're on the Agnes Cafe.
Uh-oh. Don't worry, I can handle this guy with one hand tied behind my back, Bob.
Oh.
I bet you do.
Yeah, even Jay's like, what the fuck is he doing?
Big mistakes.
Of course, iconic line. Yeah, what the fuck are you doing? Talking about? Okay.
Huh.
Oh no, I can't believe Bruce Wayne is dead. I know, right?
Honestly, honey, we may need to stop meeting each other like this, or people will be dead.
Yeah, sure. Interesting choice also for camera angles.
Very interesting.
Oh,
What? Bruce?
these
Oh.
also kind of start. There you go. That's the trick that I said. Using a metal plate or shielding a bullet. But yeah, these also kind of started the trend of Batman essentially teleporting away off screen.
Yeah, so what crazy things have I missed this time?
Oh,
Oh, his dead wife's hand.
with rotten roses.
So
Yeah.
what crazy thing have I missed this time then, guys?
Bruce Wayne
Basically,
surviving.
Alicia. Yeah, well, okay, you heard about that. And essentially, Joker said a little something interesting to him. You ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight? It's just something he likes to say to all his prey because he likes it.
He
Totally
likes the
not
way it
messed up.
sounds. Thomas Wayne murder. What about his? Hey, you mentioned his wife.
No,
His wife died
unfortunately.
too? A plot twist. Yeah, breaking news. The wife doesn't matter. It's like when
I wonder what Bruce Wayne's mother name was. Something tells me
forget.
that their name may be very important.
It was Helena. No, it was
Oh,
Barbara.
it's like at the end of a never-ending story where you don't understand what he's saying. I'm still pointless.
too late about that bit, mate.
Very too late. Oh boy, something tells me I'm not gonna like this. I mean, it's my parents' murder. Of course I'm not gonna like it, but...
I thought your parents' murderer was a bunch of teens.
Master Wayne, I appreciate the look of the Batman suit as much as anyone else, but wasn't the yellow?
It's to attract criminals to the bulletproof symbol.
But they'll eventually figure it out, right?
Yes, but by then it'll be too late. That actually is a thing with
And
Batman.
they'll spread the information to other criminals who are working with them. They'll say, "Don't hit the symbol; it's bulletproof."
Well, if anything, the idea is to make them think that I'm not necessarily a man. Aww.
Damn it. Oh,
How's the Joker hacking into all this?
surprised that he didn't say with all. Oh, I didn't hear you coming
Here's the
in.
thing about Joker. In addition to being super insane, he's super smart, too. He's pretty much the dark Batman when you get down to it.
Oh boy, he has the same powers as Batman. He's evil.
Just wait until the next movie with the Penguin.
Oh boy. In Joker's
Honestly,
case... In Joker's case, Dribs, it works out well in that Joker's more so a one side of the same coin with Batman, as is in
Yeah,
most
Batman-
often.
In Batman Returned, honestly, at times I keep having a hard time Who's the main villain, Danny DeVito or Christopher Walken?
Well, the idea is that they're both villains. Okay, so the Joker's gonna bring $20 million in cash.
2 people.
Needless to say, there's a lot of people desperate for cash, so yeah.
Yup.
That was straight up Looney Tunes.
Again, Warner Brothers.
You see, folks, Batman is the real enemy. He created me. And I'm only just taking my fair cut out of the situation.
So he's J. Jonah Jameson if he flipped.
Pretty much.
Again, I have seen this movie quite a
Freeze that image. I need it. Or personal deduction.
That's great to 200 and 240p quality.
It'll be like those things where they keep zooming in on the image gratuitously.
Oh, you mean the zoom and enhance cliche?
Yeah.
Okay, here is quite...
How an episode of Red Dwarf took the mickey out of that.
Yeah, ironically enough, the movie that started, once again, the trend of showcasing Batman origin story is probably the more subtle about it, in a sense.
It's like
it
I
takes
said.
its time, waits until the last third of the movie, and then reveals it in a more elegant way, instead of just shoving it at the beginning.
Which is something a lot of iterations of Batman would later do.
Hell, even Batman v Superman does that.
It's a bit weird though. You think they'd have a private car taking them to the residence?
With Alfred, you know.
So, it all begins on a night at the theater. Normally after seeing
You
either
also
the
have to
Grey
remember
Ghost or
with Thomas
Zorro.
Wayne. Well, it's not stated here, of course, in this movie, but basically Thomas Wayne is one of the more influential, quote-unquote, people of Gotham. So I guess he was a bit cocky.
Bit daft. Hey, what? You can't have popcorn in the theatre. You'll get told off for making noise.
Hey kid, wanna see a magic trick? Watch. I'm about to make you a bit poorer. And now, congrats, you are fatherless. And what's this? You are now an orphan. Ta-da!
Why the slow-mo?
Said Bruce, that was when his
And
life
yes,
was...
here's the other contentious thing. In order to type things up, Jack Napier was the guy who shot the Waynes.
It's an interesting thing.
Once again, it's tied to to being a product of its time. So I'm willing to forgive it as a pass. But on the big picture scale of things, it's definitely one of the things that shouldn't have been changed.
Honestly, I actually kind of like this idea. Joker's the one who... Wait, Alfred, dang it! I was going to reveal it was Batman to her! I had a little speech plan and everything! Oh man, the surprise is ruined now. I think you are Batman's financier!
I hate Joe, but it could still be Alfred.
Yeah, hey,
Yeah.
there was actually that one time when Alfred posed as Batman to show that Bruce Wayne and Batman can be in the same place at the same time.
Not to mention there's that Elseworld story where Alfred becomes the Joker because he feels that Bruce needs an arch rival in order to maintain his life.
I forget which one
no.
was that. Was
I
that?
forgot. It's so stupid.
You know, Dorkly made a video pretty much taking the mickey out of that one.
Sheila, you say you've seen animated Batman films. Do you know which ones they are?
I couldn't tell you, sorry.
Will one of them by chance be Batman versus Dracula?
No.
I don't think so.
Definitely not.
Mask of the Phantasm?
I honestly couldn't tell you.
Mystery of the Batwomen?
What did I just say?
Okay, what villain does it involve?
I don't remember, it was a while ago.
Easy.
I remember that one. Batman versus the Invisible Man. That was my favorite.
Really.
Although, honestly, I would not be surprised if we get a crossover like that. We've had him as a freaking ninja now. Ah, yes, the iconic suit up here. It would later be touched up in great detail with Joel Schumacher.
Drive-through.
Not yet, sir. But yeah, the whole Joker creating Batman and Batman creating the Joker, I actually do like that idea. Now, granted, in today's climate, that idea may not work as well.
The Batmobile here is packing heat.
Yep. Perfect way to line it out.
Don't you see, Joe? They're rubber bullets. It's okay.
Yes. As Arkham Knight established.
Exactly.
Uh...
I mean, I appreciate trying to make gameplay and story integration, but there are limits to everything.
It's kind of one of the problems with forcing the Batmobile on you.
What's that?
Oh, tire bomb.
He dropped the ball. Oh.
Ooh la la.
I guess Batman just killed a bunch of people.
Nah, it's okay.
That,
They
ladies and gentlemen,
survived.
is the Bat Bomb.
He literally makes explode the Axis chemical place.
He wants to make sure Joker's supply is cut dry.
Mm-hmm.
How funny, the very place that created the Joker, Joker uses as his base of operations.
Well, did.
About that, though.
Oh.
Junior Birdman, oh my god, it's like they predicted it. Hey, it's you'll look for Batman, you'll look for Joker on that logo. That's
And now,
nice
time
touch.
for some more Tim Burtoning.
Wait,
Of
Batman was gonna be a clown? A horrible idea.
Happy 200th anniversary, Gotham!
Hope you're not scared shit by this balloon.
And then the police are like, "It's the Joker! Open fire!"
Wait, if we fire here, we may hit civilians. By God, he's got the perfect shield.
Like that stopped us before.
We're not the corrupt police, dang it. Especially now that the person we answer to... Wait, actually, now that I think about it, does this mean that the corrupt police now answer to Joker, since Joker
Pretty
took
much,
over from Grimson's? So there's your answer, Dwibs.
What, answer to what, sorry?
Basically, let's not forget, the corrupt police answer to Grimson, and since Joker took over Grimson's operations, technically they can't do a thing against Joker.
Funny thing, in the comic book adaptation of the movie, we went a step further with this, and they basically showed that these are actually fake dollars with the Joker face on the $1 bill.
A little throwback to when he says he wants his face on the $1 bill, and all the more of a cruel joke.
Yep.
But here he actually gives them money.
Oh, don't worry, Dwibs. He only asked for one thing in return.
You just need the right type of honey to spring the trap, Dwibs.
Also, is this another Prince song?
I think so. One that talks about sex. Remember, kids, again, Cartoon Network.
Again, you know, I mean, honestly, I get it. And, you know, I think it honestly works for the Joker's motif here, who's pretty much all-out earnest and chaos. It makes sense that he would have such an ill-fitting theme. Because, well, it just wouldn't be the Joker if he didn't.
Also, every time I see a searchlight, I keep thinking of 20th Century Fox.
Funny. Oh god, this'll be the scoop of the night! This is 3 nights in a row for me! I almost feel like I'm either blessed or cursed at this point.
Hey, they're throwing free money! Also the bat.
And now, time for the Batwing.
Guys, it's a bird! No, wait, it's a plane!
Oh wait,
Oh wait, no, it's a plane.
It's the Batwing, yeah.
Wow, didn't know Wayne Manor was that far away from Gotham City.
Yeah. Totally legit.
Forcing his 12-year-old ward to eat rats.
Oh, wait a minute.
It's a reference to All-Star Batman and Robin Dreams, don't bother.
With Dick Grayson age 12. Oh boy. Oh, look at that. Even the cops are in on it, too. There's your answer, Dwibs.
They got the gas masks. Plot twist, the Joker tricked them with the gas masks. Either don't work or pump gas into their noses.
Thank you, Jesus.
You're just sore about that, aren't you?
Wait, what did he say about going?
Something about going with a smile? Wait. Oh boy. And yeah, here comes Joker's master plan. Attract loads of people with money to relieve them of their lives. Small price, don't you think?
Yeah. Here, have $20. Cost your life. No!
I have to
Thanks,
do
Knox,
something!
you
No,
continue-
never mind, I'll get into
Thank
the
Knox,
car.
you continue to be useless. Yeah, that's gonna work.
Well, cred.
Don't worry, everyone. I'm Batman. I'll save the day. Get it? Because I'm holding a bat.
Yes, great, Alex. That's very nice. Also, oh my god, that baby is literally releasing the gas from its butt. Ever so great comedy, Joker.
Yeah.
Huh.
I only just realized he held a bat after I said I'm Batman.
Yeah.
Again, Knox is supposed to be like the comedy relief of these, so, eh.
Huh, you know, now that
Final Fantasy 15 got hella dark.
I...
Because you're using the flying car that looks like the Batwing.
Huh, you know, now that I think about it, Gotham does look a bit like England these days. Oh, right, I should probably deal with the gas.
No, all the British extras are gonna die.
Everybody
Oh, no.
panic and go crazy!
To be fair, if we were left alive, we'd probably turn into antagonists or something.
Yes, that's what the gas will do, probably.
Either that, or this is
Oh!
this is-
Are you okay,
Or-
Nox?
Is this typically people getting into Glastonbury?
I guess.
I've never been to Glastonbury and I
Oh,
don't plan
thank God
to.
Nox is alive and not dead.
Whoop, time for a function of the Batwing.
The bat scissors.
Yeah, that's something I'd expect to see more in 60s Batman, the Bat Scissors.
Would you believe that in modern Batman, he does have special repellents
Chuck.
every now and then?
Oh,
Go up. Ugh, bit stiff on the controls there. Should probably talk that over with Alfred.
oh.
This is my new float for the festival, guys.
Also, is this what replaces the Pokeball stage?
And there they go off to fly over to Metropolis.
Oh, here we go. Actually, yeah, I
Oh
remember this
boy,
scene.
needless to say, Joker is not too happy. Remember
Okay.
how I said you're my number one?
No!
Well, I was Grimson's number one.
Bob!
Poor Bob.
No!
You're
He
dead
was
to
the
me,
best
Joker. You're dead to me! You killed Bob!
He was the best henchman ever.
This is a good bout of symbolism here. Joker repeating the same mistakes that his old
Speaking of
boss
symbolism,
did.
There's the movie poster.
You know, maybe we could make a signal out of that.
We got the searchlights, yeah.
But
Alright,
yes.
coppers, shine the light on them, that'll stop her running away.
But yes, as you may have noticed, Joker in a fit of rage is now repeating mistakes that his old boss did. Offing is number 1.
No, guys, maybe he's still alive. Maybe he wore armor.
I mean, a bulletproof vest. Yeah, here's the problem. I think he shot his neck.
So, wait, the Dark Knight ripped this off?
Kinda.
I mean, the Dark Knight took a lot of cues from this.
Stay on target.
Oh yeah.
Close.
So guys, who would win? The freaking Batmobile or the Joker on foot?
Hit me!
Wow.
Well,
He literally has him in his sights. My turn.
oh.
Well,
Compensating
now.
for something.
Clearly.
Also, wow, good shot.
That's a pretty good shot to take out the Batmobile. Of course,
Batwing.
I guess the joke. Well, he has such wonderful toys. I figured I might as well get some of my own.
I don't think they'll be selling the long stick gun in Toys R
Actually,
Us.
they were back in the day.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I can imagine kids going to school with them.
Please, Dwibs. If anything, kids were raving about these kinds of movies back in the day. Reminder, this movie was made for both kids and adults. Maybe a bit more for adults, but still with kids in mind. Like, this
Guess
did...
1989 was a simpler time.
Yep, this had McDonald's toys for crying out loud.
I think a Bond film came out around this time too, License to Kill. It's just because of this movie it didn't do as well as it probably would have done otherwise.
I guess people figured, who needs James Bond when we've got the original Gadget Man himself? Say, honey.
I thought Bond in books came out first.
Time to go to church, honey.
It is Sunday today, isn't it?
Yeah. Witty.
Why don't we take the elevator? Oh wait.
Okay, that's gonna come out of my insurance.
Master Wayne, this is the 60th Batwing you've wrecked in your career.
60th? God, I must have forgotten about the other 59.
Yes, the 59th was damaged one day after you wrecked the 58th.
Aha. Well, anyway, Alfred, I got a lot of stairs to climb right now, so I'll call you back later.
Very well, I'll get started on Batwing number 61.
Please do.
Ugh.
And, Alfred, could you make
Yes.
number 61 be able to go through sewers? I feel like I may need that just in case.
Oh,
What, we need a mask to stop you from getting the smell?
Yes.
Okay.
Uh-oh, yeah, and the days he accidentally knocked over the pews. Also, I guess this is one of those abandoned cathedrals.
I guess.
Climbing up the stairs is hard enough, but in this thing...
And after I was in a plane crash too, God, it must hate me.
It's just so.
Huh, he just pulled a Legend of Titanic.
Hey, Batman, let's have a race to the top of the stairs. If you win, Miss Vale survives. If I win, Miss Vale still survives, but she'll be stuck with me for all eternity.
Oh, God, you monster! I have to stop this.
Truly the face of evil.
Well, it's literally a permanent grin forced on him, so yeah, face of evil indeed. Hey, Gordon.
He has been such a great contribution in this movie.
Admittedly, now that I think about it, I'm not quite sure if Gordon was really a thing in the 60s show.
I don't
think he
remember that
was.
yet.
Also, I'm pretty sure they borrowed some of the lights for the bill or something from the bill. I mean,
Uh-oh. A little something to block the police's way.
Yeah.
oops.
Oh,
And somewhere Quasimodo is crying.
Yeah.
The Hunchback of Notre Dame 2 weren't bad enough. Okay, I haven't seen that movie, but
Oh, it's bad.
okay, sir. I've got an idea. We'll use our own bat things to go onto the roof.
That's great. Now, if we could just get them from our local bat store. Oh, boy. Let's go. I see he hung our coat. How nice.
Okay, Bruce.
Oh,
Do you
any
still have breath?
homicidal maniacs here? As for how I still have breath left, determination. Because after this saying, God, I'm just gonna fall into the bed and go to sleep for the next 3 days.
And I have amazing looks.
Hmm.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Batman Ninja.
Oh boy, I cannot wait to show you and Shiroi Batman Ninja, Dwibs.
Needless to say,
wait,
this is
that's the anime, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
I would very much like to watch that.
what we just saw, guys, was the first attempt at Batman Ninja.
While
It's,
Joker dances the night away in the pale
Well, you gotta
moonlight.
start somewhere. I mean, come on.
You know, it's funny. Joker asked, do you ever want to dance with the devil in the pale moonlight? Well, the Joker's quite possibly the closest thing to the devil.
As the Joker danced, he inwardly face-palmed at the incompetence of his henchmen. Except that guy.
Dang.
It's also perfectly in time with the music. It's just
Yeah.
perfect.
I love when movies do that.
Wonder if they did the music for this scene first, or...
After all, I care so great for
Oh.
you. Ha!
Don't worry, Joker. I'm sure Blade will help you out. Oh,
Ooh.
Ring, ring.
just in the shadows there, he looks a bit like Blade.
He does look like him, too. He's wearing freaking sunglasses at night. And I'll admit, he's giving Batman quite a fight, too.
And remember, these are the days where Batman was sort of starting out, so it kind of makes sense that he struggles a bit to take more henchmen. Ooh.
Bell time, motherfucker. Oh shit!
Dong. Don't worry,
Can't
he'll be
believe Blade is
fine.
dead.
Well, at least the black guy wasn't the first one to go.
They managed to subvert a pretty weird trope there.
Yeah.
Well, this isn't a horror movie, so...
3 years before the Disney... Oh, I forgot, was Beauty and the Beast Disney in 1992?
God,
Or 1993, I forgot.
Either way, though, yeah, this was before Disney brought on Beauty and the Beast.
I think Beauty and the Beast was 1991.
I think it was 92. So, let's try and keep Joker busy.
Or
When
Vicky.
did Disney's Beauty and the Beast release?
Which one? I found two made by Disney.
Yeah,
The Beast.
you needed to specify, Luis.
The Beast was released
Yeah.
on the 9th of October 1992.
Oh, so it was 1992. You're so powerful and purple, and I love the look of your skin. God, this is killing me inside.
Cartoon
Oh
Network,
my! Bang!
Saved by the Bell.
I tried the therapy of killing my boss.
Oh,
That was for shooting out my plane.
That was my favourite plane.
Bulletproof. Comes in handy. Oh. Please. For you, it was the day I killed your parents. For me, it was Tuesday, I think.
It was Sunday.
oh, don't worry, Batman doesn't discriminate.
Yeah. He'll hit you whether or not you're a guy, you're a girl, you wear glasses or
Oh.
not! Well, shoot. Whoopsie!
Oh,
Wow.
You're an idiot.
Well, I fought for once! Since he seemed to have a thing for me! That's Joker like you. Note to self, Alfred. Get Gotham renovated big time.
Especially after Arctic. So.
It's like that in Hot Fuzz. To all proceeds for swearing go to the church roof.
I mean, Java, you can criticize LexCorp, but at least we know how to do their job.
Oh yeah, I mean, honestly, if Lex Luthor just weren't so persistent in being evil and trying to kill Superman, he'd be a legit good guy for the world. Yeah, I know when to quit. And it's a good way to go out on.
No, my favourite hat.
Ah, whatever.
Don't take too lightly. There we go, from the gadget that Batman used before.
So,
Batman decides to do something that, again, seen these days, kind of unprecedented.
although I'll admit, I kind
Consumed by revenge, he decides to act a stage of, well, accidental murder, I guess.
I honestly, okay,
Oh.
I'll admit, I actually interpret this as a different way. I interpret it as him trying to keep him from getting away. As for who's responsible for getting killed, well, Joker, you could easily just touch back down, or if you're really that persistent to get away.
yeah, you should have been careful what you wish for, you know?
Yeah. So I always interpret this as Joker kind of. Well, he's about to say it himself. Well, yeah, sometimes I just kill myself.
Again, be careful what you wish for.
Yep.
Oh,
Don't. Okay, seriously, Alfred, we are definitely talking about dividing some funds to get every single building in Gotham renovated.
But sir, that would deplete. That would drain our resources to only $2 billion.
I'll have to survive on just that $2 billion for the time being.
Just 2 billion.
yeah.
But it seems the Joker had one last laugh to give. Oh my god, the Joker was a robot all this time?
Bzz, bzz, bzz.
I'm not gonna lie, as a kid, that's actually what I thought was the case. Now, older, I noticed this part.
They did say earlier the nerves were severed. Robots don't really have nerves.
Yeah. Also, the interesting thing, there was a deleted scene where they find Knox with the Batman costume for some reason, with Bruce Wayne getting away, and this scene was we were watching was supposed to open up with the Commissioner Gordon clarifying that Knox isn't Batman. It's a good thing that they cut that away because I would have been so stupid.
Sorry, I'm afraid you're just the runner-up. As for me, I'm going to leave Gotham in the next film and never look back.
That's for everyone. We know who Batman is.
As for me, Harvey Dent,
Do you really?
As for me, I've decided to step down from my role of Harvey Dent, and I've decided to give it to the role of Tommy I Cannot Sanction Lee, your buffoonery Jones.
There we go, with the bat signal.
We know who Batman is. The Joker's henchman, Bob. He will be forever in his debt.
Okay, I love this soundtrack coming up. It's actually one of the things you don't expect to hear from Batman, but it is one of the most triumphant themes ever. To show that Batman is forever watching over the city.
Batman forever. Oh, wait.
Master Bruce sends his regards, Monsieur.
Alfred, please try and be the fuck away from this city.
Right, but not
Oh,
bef-
don't worry, miss. You're being written out from the next movie.
But don't worry, for now, the
Good.
movie... Yes. He might be a little late for your next date. So there you go. Batman wins, and he gets the girl, too.
Nothing can go wrong from here, right?
Totally.
No, of course.
Now let's play the triumphant music.
Yeah, this is very cheerful for
Batman.
this particular series.
To me, it works, though, because, well, it's a triumphant end. The bad guy's dead. Gotham finally has earned a rest from crime. What more could you ask for? But we still end with the leitmotif of Batman, of course.
Yeah, little did we know that this was just the beginning. But don't worry, there's no post-credit scene, so final thoughts. I'll start just to be, to be quick, because most of the stuff I already said in the movie. But needless to say, despite this movie being a product of its time, I really, really love it. It's important. It's a cornerstone of superhero movie history, and it's another masterful showcase of how Tim Burton, Danny Elfman, and all the other people involved in the production managed to make this product work in synergy together. So I really enjoyed it, honestly. The next movies that will follow also will have their qualities up and down, so we will never reach the one of these, unfortunately. But those will be for another time. For now, for me, that's all. Next.
Sure, Roy. How about you next, since you're new to these live-action Batman flicks?
It was surprisingly a lot more fun and whimsical than I expected.
Hey, that's Tim Burton for you. The man can actually get his fun and whimsy in.
Oh no, I know that's
I get what you mean,
that's kind
though.
of what interested me is when you said that this was Tim Burton was involved in this, so yeah, he's a good choice for this kind of thing actually, because the whimsy kind of works. I think if he was doing this in recent years, it wouldn't have turned out as good, since Tim Burton has kind of gone off the rails a little bit for me personally. But no, this it works really, really well for this, especially when it came to the Joker stuff, because he does contrast quite a bit to the world that he's in. So having the soundtrack as it was actually it was an entertaining watch, actually.
Yep, that's one of the amazing things of the Joker. Is like, well, he's the brightest thing, but he's the villain. An interesting subversion on how things usually are.
Not just that, again, as you will analyze, this is kind of impressive because it's a revenge story that pretty much ends with revenge being the good part of it. If you usually the moral thought is that revenge is a worthless cause that will leave you over, but the way it's played here is, like Joe said, triumphantly. So there's that kind of subtext, but we will continue for that with the next movies. Go on.
Mm-hmm. I've talked about it a couple of times before, going quite a while back, but that tends to be just a media thing, because revenge isn't the horrible thing that the media tries to pretend it is. It requires a lot more context and nuance than that.
Yeah.
So I like that they did that here. Really, it was good. I really enjoyed this movie, actually.
Yeah, this movie is what I like to consider a nice change of pace, no matter what time date you're viewing it in. It was a change of pace for the time when it was released, and even nowadays, it's something that goes against the grain.
It definitely did have, the usual product of its time kind of flaws, but I don't think that set the movie back in any way, really.
Also, yeah, filmed in Pinewood Studios, London, England. Like, we couldn't tell from the architecture.
Well, but yeah, I actually really like this, and that's all I have to say.
All right, then.
Yeah, I really enjoy this movie. I mean, who wouldn't really? It's part of the it's part of what got part of sort of like a second phase of the superhero craze. After this, we've got other kinds of superhero movies. Some good, some steel.
And then there was Tank Girl.
Well, Tank Girl is not even really a superhero
Comic
comic.
book hero,
I suppose.
Funnily enough, Tank Girl was from, the comic was from the guy who would go into Coca.
The Gorillas, yeah.
Huh, how about that?
I actually read some of them.
Yeah, I haven't got much else to say, really. I like almost everything about the movie except the Prince songs. Yeah, I know. I feel like I'm committing treason by saying that, but I'm sorry.
So it's treason then.
Yeah. Yeah, but I enjoy the movie nonetheless.
Java.
Yeah, what can I say? It's one of my favorite superhero movies. Like, it's ironic. The first time I saw this was actually on Cartoon Network, go figure. And it was back when I thought that, hey, is this that new Batman Begins film that they seem to be showing trailers of? But no, it turned out it was a different Batman movie. But I was confused because I thought, wait, but it's supposed to be live action, so surely this should be it. But no, it wasn't. It was something different. The fact that it included the Joker also raised a few warning bells. When I saw it, though, I was hooked. So then when I later saw it for full years later, when I saw all 4 of the live-action Batman films, it became one of my favorite film series of all time. It still kind of is. Yes, as a whole, I actually do really like this film series, but I wouldn't have loved it as much as I did if it weren't for this movie. So, yeah, say what you will. Okay, yeah, Batman is definitely different from your usual class of Batman. But in a way, I feel it works here because, again, in part of a maybe unintentional but still one that exists character arc, it's interesting to see a Batman who's sort of naive, young and raw, with feelings of vengeance here and there. Like, he feels like he's barely holding it back in times, and when he finally lets him have it, oh boy, does he let him have it. Again, though, what I interpreted is not so much him killing the Joker, but the Joker killing himself, ironically. The Joker, being his ever-so-prideful self, refuses to be captured or contained by Batman. He chooses death rather than just be humiliated. Which definitely sounds like the Joker in many ways. Yeah, he's a guy who about self-preservation, but the first thing about him is image. And image be everything. Yeah, I'll start with one thing I really do like, is how, again, when we start this movie, we know more about the Joker than we do Batman. At the start, interestingly enough. It's a gradual but rather rewarding experience getting to know more about Batman, and Bruce Wayne. And it's interesting. It's a Bruce Wayne who, yes, isn't that good with social stuff, but it's not like he wants to be socially away from people. He does make efforts. And as it's suggested, he finally gets the girl in this movie. Poor Alex just gets the kiss on the cheek. Justice for Docs, guys. Justice for Docs. But yeah, the characters introduced in this film are pretty cool too. Pretty good supporting cast. Gordon, not quite at his best, mind you. That is one thing, though. If I recall correctly, Gordon wasn't quite as integral a character to the Batman mythos as he was nowadays, so that may have had a bit of things to do with it. And hey, Harvey Dent's cool here in this movie. I can't wait to see him later. Yeah, okay, I really don't get why...
How'd that work out?
I really do not get why they replaced Billy D. Williams. I mean, I'll give them the benefit of the doubt and then think that, unlike Iron Man 2, it wasn't for racist reasons that they replaced him with Tommy, I cannot sanction Lee your buffoonery Jones.
Yeah, we'll get more into that when we get to Batman.
But yeah, again, Billy D. Williams does the role well. But yeah, Jack Nicholson, to me, definitely helps make this movie. I mean, it's like the Batman mythos in general. Batman is great, but it's his rogues gallery that really makes him the hero that people love. And that is quite true in this movie. The Joker is quite an interesting guy. He's someone you can tell is messed up in the head, but it's like as soon as he gets doused with that acid, he takes it as an excuse to go flippin' nuts on this town. And go nuts on the town he does. Bring in bouts of laughs, but also terror too, forcing people to now go unwashed. Wow. Truly a diabolical criminal mastermind. And Batman is just the foil to stop him. The set design for this movie to this day looks great and iconic. For as little a budget, and yeah, I consider $33 million technically kind of a little, even back in the day. Let's not forget, this was back when Star Trek was all about that $30 million budget, before they lowered it to $11 million. So the fact that I consider it a low budget, but it still looks good, is a compliment. The effects here look good for the most part. Yeah, there are some that have definitely aged, but for the most part, it looks good with what they worked with here and there. The story is well thought out, plotted here and there, and it's a nice balance of, again, drama and darkness, yes, which was something that was kind of lost on Batman for quite some time, ironically, so go figure this is what it brought it back, but they remembered to still have some of the fun and wit to it as well, which helps keep it from being, just a dark dragfest. It's always good to remember that balance between there. In terms of original characters, like I mentioned, there's Knox, and Bob was awesome. Rest his soul. It really is sad. Overall, though, and the soundtrack, holy cow, to this day, I still consider this one of Danny Elfman's best. Haunting when it needs to be. Entertaining and whimsical when it needs to be. Laugh-inducing when it wants to be. It's just the full package. And to this day, that final triumphant score is definitely one of my favorite things to associate with Batman. Not normally, of course, but for the triumphant ends here and there. And what can I say about this film? But it is triumphant. Just like that movie Batman Triumphant that would have been a thing if Batman and Robin didn't screw the pooch for it.
Oops.
See.
But before getting to that, we'll just see you on the more cold and festive season of Christmas for the second part of his journey with Batman Returns.
See you then,
Yeah.
folks.
See ya.
See ya.